You can step out of that insuredness by getting more sure of the moment here in the present.
Welcome to Intuition Unlocked, the podcast empowering empathic women who feel misunderstood, overwhelmed, or disconnected from their intuition, begin to trust their sensitivities, find inner clarity, and show up with embodied, unstoppable confidence in their daily lives. I am your host, Olivia Ashley, an empath and intuitive, and I am so happy you're here.
I welcome you to another episode and another week. I cannot believe December is moving this quickly, and yet here we are. So, I'm your host, Olivia, and if you are here, then there is something for you. Trust that there's a message or an aha, and as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Today, I'll be sharing this week's intuitive insight and energy forecast for December 22nd through the 28th. This week's main theme is greetings. We are greeting winter, we are greeting a new aspect of ourselves, and very soon greeting a new year. It was a really interesting energy to receive as a theme. It took me a little bit to sit with it and really understand, what does greetings mean? It feels like something's come to our threshold, shown up at our door, and we are welcoming it in. So it's encouraging us to settle into a more reflective space, settle into the newness and new beginnings, which also often bring endings, and see what this new energy, new season, new focus is going to bring us. We are being asked to lean into nature's wisdom, to the season of winter, and begin to shift from the fast paced demands of the outside world to the quieter, more reflective space within. Right now, with the holiday seasons and Christmas and the new year, we are really tempted as a society, and not just tempted, but requested and almost required of us that we lean into consumerism and productivity to finish all the things that we wanted to get done by the end of the year, to buy all the gifts or the things that we've wanted or had our eye on all year. And yet, there's this aspect of polarity with moving into winter, having the winter solstice on the 21st, which greeted us with the shortest day and the longest nights and a sacred pause in the rhythm of the seasons. We are being asked to somewhat welcome, to greet this sense of a warm blanket being put over us, for a soup being put in front of us, to slow down and connect with our loved ones and friends around a table, to tell stories in front of the fire, and stay cozy and within. We did all the planting, we watched our seeds grow, we harvested those seeds, and now we are enjoying the fruits of our labor. And everything is quiet, everything is blanketed, usually with snow, the air is chill, and we are greeted with this reminder of an undeniable warmth, love, even steadiness and groundedness in the air. So, this week really is going to invite you to embrace the beauty of this slumbering, quieter, slower energy, to let your worries wane and to rediscover the peace that comes with aligning with the seasons, of greeting this energy. Let's dive into the messages to get even a deeper sense of what's coming up for you this week. Message 1: where are you clinging? What are you clinging to? There's a sense of an internal tornado, lots of air, lots of swirling of energy, which makes me think it's really heavy in the mind. We're worrying, we're thinking, overthinking, wanting to plan, and it is tied to something in your life. Could be a project, a relationship, a habit, even a piece of your identity that is causing this sense of discombobulation, of unsteadiness, of that worry, the thinking that just can't seem to stop. So perhaps things aren't going to plan. Maybe you had a big change in your life. Maybe you're moving through grief or loss, or just something that's knocked you off your typical foundation. And I'm getting the subtle nudge that it's being asked to face, to kind of look, to hold that space of you that's in that tornado and swirl, and see where you can send love, send grounding, let go of aspects that just truly are not worthy of being looked at anymore, and to make a change. Your fear is keeping you clinging to the familiar or to your usual modes of managing these types of feelings. And it's not about forcing any change, but acknowledging where this clinging exists within you. If you can drop in, maybe you notice it's in a certain place in your body. Maybe it's connected to an emotion. Maybe it's connected to, again, something external, a person, an experience, a worry, a fear. And note that it's a protective mechanism. It's rooted in some avoidance and or even nostalgia is what I'm getting. And if you're feeling emotional, tired, or off, really prioritize that moment or moments to check in with yourself and ask, what is it trying to show me? What do you have for me to understand? And simply recognizing and acknowledging what you're holding on to is going to empower you to make better, more aligned choices when the time is right. Message number 2, the power of red. So this is the color red, and I actually got this twice. I got this in my own personal channeling before I opened up messages for this episode, and it came back really strongly again. So red is everywhere this time of year with Christmas, with the holiday season. The color red is in tons of decorations and lots of clothes, and we're seeing it all over. And it's energy that it brings, the frequency of red is carrying a profound message this week. This vibrant color really is resonating with the root chakra, your connection to safety, stability, the earth. And red is really primal. There's a grounding and a life giving aspect to it. I see it as representing blood, creation, vitality. I see the rose, which both has beautiful qualities, but also the thorns and the challenges. Notice how red is showing up for you this week. Do you feel drawn to it? Does it stir something within you? Is it comfortable? Is it uncomfortable? What is your relationship to red? Because a lot of us are just existing and putting up decorations or witnessing this, and we're not really realizing the effect that so much red is stirring within us. It makes me think this is connected somewhat to what are you clinging to? There's an aspect that's inviting you to embrace this realization and the connection of the color, of the meaning that it has and holds in your life, because what it means and stirs in you is probably really different than someone else. And yet, collectively, we know there is similarities of what red often means and brings with it. So, your guides are inviting you to embrace the magnetism, the power, the groundedness, and the life giving creativity and quality that it's bringing. And if it feels good for you, you could wear red, meditate on it, and or simply notice its presence in your environment. Allow it to draw you back to your roots and your inner strength, and even set an intention around what you want red to reflect and bring in for you, since it's so front and center right now. And there's something going on an energetic, a frequency level that you don't even need to consciously understand, but you need to consciously know it is affecting you. Message number 3, together is better. This week brings a reminder of the importance of connection, that heart connection, that platonic love, your relationships, and your community. They are all essential for your well being. And you don't need to have a large network to feel like you have it in your life. It's about the quality of the relationships that will nourish you and hold you and let you be vulnerable and seen versus the quantity of people who you have in your sphere. And today, many of us lack closeness, especially during the holiday season, which can amplify feelings of loneliness. So if you're feeling isolated, take a step toward connection. Take a step maybe outside of yourself and do something you wouldn't normally do. Maybe you volunteer somewhere. Maybe you decide to lead a book club or a group, or you decide to go and start taking an art class or a pottery class or doing a new sport, just doing something that you're passionate about and you can find people who are as well and start to build connections. It can be challenging as an adult to make new friendships. So, if you're feeling like you're ready, you want new friendships or wanting to just deepen the ones you have, this is your call to reach out this week, send them a message, call a loved one, and trust that that's all you need to do. Life becomes richer when it's shared, and togetherness will become even more crucial in the days and years ahead, as I think society is going to have lots of changes, lots of power struggles, belief, polarity, and finding those who can see you and can honor you and be there for you is absolutely critical. Message number 4, if you are unsure of the path, get more sure of the moment. There's a lot of sense of unsurety of what is the new year bringing, what is ahead for me. We've been moving through some big changes, endings, beginnings, and endings. So, this air of unsureness is really playing with our hearts and weighing on us a bit. Your guides are wanting to share that it's normal to feel uncertain about the future. And yet, whether you're worried about when something will change or unsure of your next step, they need you to know that it brings a sense of unease that quietly colors your days, that can bring a heavier sense to your energy and a worriedness. And that's where you start to operate from. So, the solution to this unsureness does not lie in solving the future necessarily or feeling like you have to go gung ho of looking at the how and the why and the when, but it's a reminder to ground yourself in the now. You can step out of that insuredness by getting more sure of the moment here in the present. What can you do today to take care of yourself, honor a goal, or move towards something meaningful? Lean into the small practices that anchor you, whatever that is for you. Just take one small action each day, even if you're feeling confused and unsure and you just want to sit around and do no action or be in those feelings. Honor that, accept that, know that that's serving you to some degree, but also don't get stuck there. There's a sense of stuckness because this unsureness is here and you're not getting clarity yet. The clarity will come, but it doesn't come from chasing answers. It comes from creating presence and stability and those aligned choices here in the moment. That is what lays the path forward. That is what allows you to move ahead, even when it feels you might not be doing so. Overall, for this week, we are greeting new energy, new ways of being, new seasons. The solstice has come. Nature is calling to slow you down, to reflect and embrace the new rhythm of this season, the quietness, the sturdiness, the groundedness, the love, the community, the beauty that comes from slowing down and going within. Recognize where you're clinging and find the courage to release it. And you can draw strength from the power red, as well as reconnecting with your community and your friends, and use the present moment to let you feel more steady and sure. If you'd like to receive a few additional messages, journaling prompts, and deeper insights into this week's intuitive insight, join me over on my Substack, Trust and Pixie Dust. Together, we'll continue to explore and expand this journey inward. And please share this episode with a friend who might need these reminders and a little bit of extra greetings and cheer in this holiday season. Take care, stay warm. I wish you the best, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining me on Intuition Unlocked. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of insight, guidance, or intuitive inspiration. To dive deeper into our community and get access to exclusive content, head to my website at www.olivia-ashley.com and subscribe to my newsletter. You can also connect with me on Instagram at WildlyOlivia for daily inspiration and updates. Remember, your intuition is your superpower. Trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you. Until next time, I'm Olivia Ashley, and I can't wait to connect with you again.